It has been a bit since I've casually gone and strolled around CEX. I've got a few things in mind that I'd like to buy. I'm collecting a little bit differently right now. I'm not necessarily even going to be going for games. We're going to go to CEX and I'm going to come out with some stuff, I'm almost certain. And I've also got like a variety of other deliveries to show you, but we'll do that once we get home from CEX. This is going to be a big haul video. There's going to be some Amazon stuff, there's going to be some stuff, there's going to be some CEX stuff. We're going to have some fun. I also have some very behind the scenes stuff that I'm going to share with you. For anybody wondering why there was no 12 PM upload today, it was because over the last few days I've been finalising my private community that I'm in the process of building, making sure that all the videos are uploaded, making sure that everything's put together as it should, the thumbnails and all that sort of thing. It's about 70 videos, 70, and yeah, it meant that I've not been as on it with scheduling for this account, but eggs and baskets and all that. Ruby wants to examine the door, I'm sure, because we had the door doctor round to rehang the door so that it would close more easily. And she was not a happy bunny because she doesn't like men. Do you, Rubes?
No strangers. Stranger danger.
Stupid dog. Absolutely no thoughts. No nothing. Close your legs, Ruby. Jesus. You have to censor that. You stink as well.
Bum stinks.
Christ. You done? Don't let her jump at you. To the toy box. What do you want from your toy box? What do you want? Ruby? Sit. That's the wrong one. No. Down. She's looking at you, not me.
Oh, no.
Oi. Down. You didn't actually move, you just sort of stuttered.
Sat properly.
What are you sat like that for? Paw. Both. Good girl.
She's still looking at me.
I know, yeah. She's listening to me, but looking at you. Right, I'm off. I think it's mad, by the way, that we're about to be in November, and I can hear the ice cream van man. I don't think I've ever seen him. I just hear sirens and ice creams klaxons all day, every day. But about to head into town. I'm excited to do the hauls today. I've got a lot of stuff to show you guys, and I've got more stuff coming even still, because I may have bought something kind of expensive yesterday, but it's an investment into the business, I suppose. We'll see. It's going to be some fun. Anyway, let's head into town. I was tempted to check out the PO box, but it's been less than a week. I feel like I should give it like a couple of weeks, because there's not likely to be anything in there yet, I'm sure. Description down below, I guess, for that one. Let's head out. You know, I really thought that the car park was going to be flooded, considering the fact that it's been raining for a while, and every single time I park here, it's half underwater. I'm quite shocked. I'll tell you what is becoming a problem. In the last 7 weeks, I've lost 10 kilos, and none of my clothes fit at the minute. It's about time to wrap up this diet, I reckon. Everything I wear is falling down, especially now that I've upgraded my phone to the Pro Max and the thing's about 3 times as heavy as it used to be. It's just dragging it down. Hey, this is the first time I've walked through here and there's not been a granny on the floor in a while, or an ambulance of some variety. There's still time, but, you know. Alright, we are here. Interestingly, I did just see somebody walking around with a full-sized gimbal, which makes me very grateful that mine's so tiny and inconspicuous, because I would hate to walk around with what these dudes walk around with sometimes, because you just get stared at. Right then, in CEX, still on the lookout for various different steel books and other bits and pieces to add to the PlayStation 5 shelf. Interestingly, I saw a Sparking Zero, which means somebody had had enough. I'd even considered, for now, returning my Sparking Zero, because then I could buy it again later down the line for way cheaper and use the voucher in the meantime. It would have been a potentially decent shout. So, that House of the Dead looked really cool with that slipcover, but sadly it wasn't a steelbook. That looked like the sort of thing that otherwise would have been a steelbook, but just wasn't. Still looking at the handhelds and the Game Boy stuff now that I've started to get more Nintendo stuff, and it's interesting to me. Oh, there was something. Was that Web of Shadows? I didn't pay much attention to this while I was actually in there, the Xbox stuff that was behind the glass, but it looks like they've got a Web of Shadows, which is a crazy expensive Spider-Man game. That's wild. I also swear I saw a special edition looking Assassin's Creed. I need to go on the stock checker and check that. Not 1, not 2, but 3 steelbooks for Dragon Dogma, which maybe one day I'll manage to get. Also, still on the lookout for 2008 WWE. Didn't have it. They got 10, 12, and 14, and then I think even on Xbox they've got a few as well. And then I'm also on the lookout for a non-platinum or non-weird version of Just Cause 2, which just for some reason they never ever have, which you would have thought Just Cause 2 would have been one of the more common games, because I just don't feel like it's a particularly rare one. It costs about £2.50. I don't understand how I keep getting so unlucky with it. Like, here you go. Here's a Platinum Edition. There are very few games that even got a Platinum Edition on PlayStation 3, just because it wasn't a thing they really did. Still, this is my favourite corner of PlayStation 4 over here, where there's all the good stuff. Taking a look at the Xbox stuff on the shelf. But, yeah, there's not really anything that I'm specifically chasing right now that I knew was going to be in here, for example. I'm trying to get that one WWE game, and they've got, like, tons of WWE between the two platforms, but not the one I'm specifically after of 2008. And then down here, I'm very tempted to play Scooby-Doo recently. The Scooby-Doo games for the PlayStation 2 have been calling my name, and seeing that on there sort of increased my want to do that. Still just having a browse. The bag has been secured, and I only spent a few quid. You'll see when I get home. I tell you, this new endeavour is going to be a pretty cheap one, and quite a fun one at that. Right then, time to go home. I tell you something that brings me some joy, other than the fact that I just saw a sausage dog, is that Waterstones and like WH Smiths, they all seem to sell cards again. I feel like there was a big portion of like my teenage years where you didn't see trading cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, etc. Now, they seem to have made a comeback. Like, there's big like stands at the front of the stores and things like that. Granted, they cost an arm and a leg, but I remember my nan would tell me they cost a fortune as a kid as well. Not that it mattered much to her, but yeah, right, let's go home and I'll show you what I got. All right then, I'm home. But before we do the CEX haul for today, let's go through all my various different deliveries. I've got some gym stuff, some MyProtein stuff, some Amazon stuff. I don't even know what is in some of these, to be honest. Like this one, for example. We'll do this one first because I genuinely don't know, but it's from Amazon. I hear a disc. Let's get it open. You know, ideally, I'd have done this in daylight, but of course, welcome to winter. And content creation in winter is going to be a right struggle, isn't it? So let's see if we can just start this up. So first things first, let's get this one open. I've stuck you on the tripod. It's a bit out of the ordinary. I'm sure you can still see the dog down there somewhere. While she tries to open things herself, I'm sure. Is the microphone actually working? It is. We're off camera. In fact, you know what I can do? Which might be awful in terms of keeping you guys engaged, or worse, I don't know. Ooh, I know what this is. All right, first of all, I've got a cable for a thing. Don't you think it's cool that I can make the camera do this, by the way? But then, the thing that actually matters in here is a DVD. This, come on, is Hong Kong Phooey. Ruby, stop eating things you're not supposed to be eating. No, stop it. She's trying to eat the corner. It's interesting how it tracks my face even when I'm not actually, you know, on camera. There we go. So, I'm very nostalgic about a lot of different TV shows from when I was a kid, and I used to watch them on repeat on Boomerang, and I was like, this was only £6. Turns out there was only actually about 16 episodes of Hong Kong Phooey just in creation. If you remember Hong Kong Phooey, you're probably a little bit old. I'm sorry, you probably are, because this is from like the 60s or 70s, I want to say. It's old Hanna-Barbera stuff, and I love that sort of era with all my heart. Anyway, next up, that means that I now really don't know what's in the next one, because I thought this was in one of those. Like, I thought that this one was the DVD, but now I've remembered what it actually is, because again, I bought a new phone, didn't I? This is going to be a phone case, just a cheapo phone case. Ruby, stop trying to eat the things that I'm peeling off, you ball bag. Yeah, just a phone case, nothing fun in that one. Next up. All right then, next up we got these. This is pretty heavy, this is hefty. As you can probably hopefully see on it, it says Gym Master. So what these are some micro plates. I need a little blade to get into this, 2 seconds. When in doubt, get your glaive out. I realise I might be too far away for you guys to be seeing properly right now, and I apologise if that's the case. Ruby, do not do that. This is... Okay, oh, it even comes with a little carry handle. Look at this. So, this is not sponsored, by the way. I paid about 40 quid for these from Amazon. They are to ensure that I progress in the gym no matter what. It is a set of microplates that will go in my gym bag, which I don't actually have yet, but we will in a second. So for example, these little discs, They weigh these little discs, they weigh 0.25 kilos. So that I can ensure that I'm progressing no matter what. Because typically in a gym, the smallest increment that you can increase is about half a kilo. And sometimes you want, or a kilo, 1.25 kilos. And assuming you put one of them per side, now you've got what, 2.5 kilos too much sometimes? And maybe you only want to progress half a kilo so that you can ensure that you do that every single week. And trust me, half a kilo doesn't sound a lot, but put half a kilo on your lifts every week. And over the course of a year, you've added 25 kilos. So these ones are 0.5 kilo plates. And then we've got, I'm pretty sure these should fit a standard Olympic size barbell, and they're made of steel. So these are 0.75 kilo plates. And then finally, oh, these are pretty hefty. Ruby, you're so interested in all of this, aren't you? You know, in little dog. 1 kilo plates. So again, the smallest you'll generally see in a gym is 1.25. Now I'll be able to micro load anywhere from 0.25 to 0.5 to, you get the gist. All right, hang on. All right, let's go through the final box, shall we? Once Ruby gets her hands off it. So this is from my sponsor. Ruby, I need you to get off. Move. Every month I get a box worth £300 from my sponsor. Let's see what I've got this month. Granted, I do get to choose what I have. It's just been so long since I ordered this that I forgot, because this is actually at the start of the month and obviously we're at the end of the month. So first of all, we've got some socks. I think those are for my partner. We'll go through the boring stuff first, shall we? Because boring stuff nobody actually cares about. Got some leggings. Oh, this is interesting. We've got a dipping belt. So I can add weight to dips and pull-ups. I've got a new gym bag, because like I said, I didn't actually have a gym bag at the moment that I wanted to use. What's in here? I got another oversized t-shirt, as if I needed any more of those. Another shaker. Notice how the dog has just not stopped obsessing over things. Can you see her back there? No, probably not. She's a little bit outside of reach. I got this to try. It's been a long time since I've had this biltong. So it's basically beef jerky. The bag is 130 calories, 27 grams of protein. By the way, if you guys are looking to lose weight, build muscle, any of that sort of thing, if you get your supplements from MyProtein and use code Cayle, send me a screenshot of any orders you make, because they give me a £200 voucher to send out to one of you guys every month that does. Yeah, Ruby, I'm sure that the biltong probably smells lovely. What else have we got in here then? We've got... Oh, I'm really excited to try this. So this is the cookie and cream flavour The Way. So they do various different levels of protein powder in terms of like budget. This is the MyPro one, so this is about the top of the budget, and I love the cookie and cream regular way, so I'm hoping that this is awesome too. What else do we have in here? We got... Is this a kilo? This doesn't feel like a kilo. This feels like a 500 gram bag. Yeah, this is a 500 gram bag of chocolate peanut butter flavour whey. I always go with whey isolate and mix with almond milk so that it is as thin as it possibly can be when I drink it, because I want it to be very drinkable. Christ, that's a massive bag. I've got a massive bag of cashew nuts so that I can snack on those when I'm actually eating food again. I've got a 2.5 kilo bag of chocolate mint whey, which is lovely stuff. So we've got several kilos of whey in here. And then we got the snacks. So I've got some caramel pop rolls, so they're chocolate filled with caramel. We got some golden caramel limited edition pop rolls, so it is blonde chocolate on the outside. What else have we got in here then? We got some vanilla birthday cake protein bars. We got a box of oat bakes. I don't remember what these taste like. It's been so long since I've had them, so I ordered some. And then we got some salted caramel pop rolls, so it's salted caramel filling instead of just the chocolate caramel or whatever it was before. Got some chunky chocolate double dough brownies, because I'm not sure I've had that flavour before. And finally, some cookie and cream double dough brownies. So this is actually one of the smaller hauls I think I've had for quite a long time from MyProtein, although it's only about 2 days until I get my next voucher, because it's the end of the month. But yeah, that is about it. The thing I'm most excited for in here is definitely this. This is awesome. So this is £300. Granted, you guys would actually get more for your £300 than I do, because of the fact that when I use my voucher, the face value prices come out of that voucher, whereas you guys will get my discount on top of the face value. So your £300 goes further than my £300 voucher goes, if that makes sense. Anyway, in a minute we'll go upstairs and I'll show you what I actually got from CEX, shall I? Okay, let me show you what we got from CEX today, shall we? So like I said, it was a pretty cheap haul. I didn't actually get any games. What I did get is a handful of DVDs or Blu-rays. Well, before we do that, let's just talk about Blu-rays. When I got my DVD collection, which I own well over 1,000 films, the majority of them are regular DVDs because at the time CEX sold DVDs for about 50p. They don't really do that anymore. And as you can tell, for example, here, I already have the Pirates films. And yet you will have just seen one. So 50p when I bought this. I'm now looking into upgrading some of the films that I care more about into their Blu-ray versions, because I think they're cheap enough now that we can. Some DVDs, some Blu-rays at CEX are 50p, which I think is wild, because I don't know why they're only 50p, considering even regular DVDs, the same DVD wouldn't be 50p. I'll show you. But I think it's about time for me to start going through some of the films and replacing them with their Blu-ray versions. So we got Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Those are the three that matter if we're being real. But then I also got Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides and Pirates of the Caribbean Salazar's Revenge. So all 5 Pirates films on Blu-ray for a total of what? 2, 3, 4, 5, £7? Wait a minute, she definitely undercharged me. I don't think she scanned all of these, because I only paid £7, but I've also got a bag and another DVD yet, so I don't know. I think I might have got one of them for free. Anyway, so I'm not going to moan. After that, we also got, for 50p, The Karate Kid from 2010, which is an underrated film. I love Jackie Chan. I have always loved Jackie Chan. I grew up with a lot of old Jackie Chan stuff, so Police Story, Drunken Master, all that sort of thing. Like, this whole sort of block here of just old martial arts films is very, very nostalgic to me. I love it. I always will. And yeah, so to get Karate Kid 2010 on Blu-ray is pretty cool. I swear I've got a box set of Karate Kid in here somewhere that's got all of them in, but I don't think they're Blu-rays. But for 50p, I was like, yeah, we'll give it a go. So over time, you can probably expect to see me buying some more Blu-rays from here on out as I replace stuff. Granted, I need to actually make sure that I'm not buying things twice on Blu-ray. So we got the Star Wars is here on Blu-ray. Rogue One, is that a Blu-ray? No. And then they're definitely not Blu-rays. I didn't even own all 5 Pirates films before, which is a curious thought. A lot of the Marvel stuff is already Blu-ray, but we need to consolidate that down. Same goes up here with the Paranormal Activities, where almost all of them are Blu-ray, but not the first 2. I need to make a note on my phone the same way I've got everything else. One of my favourite Blu-rays here is all of the Nightmare on Elm Street films on Blu-ray, but it is in one box, so it takes up next to no space. That's how come I'm so certain and know for a fact I've got over 1,000 films, because of the fact that with stuff like that, it takes up so little space. Granted, interestingly, with the Pirates films, today, there was a box set of the first 4, so those ones, on Blu-ray, and it was like £8, which is more than I spent in total for all of the films I bought today. So it was cheaper to buy them individually, even if it will take up a little bit more space. So yeah, now that Blu-rays are not quite as expensive as they were a few years ago, you should expect to see me starting to buy more, which is going to be some fun, some replacements. I promised you I'd show you this, didn't I? So check this out. So back on the topic of MyProtein, I've been sent this, which is a bit of a... basically, this is all of the upcoming sales that are going to happen. So starting on Friday, tons and tons of products are going to be put on massive sales. So if you're seeing this video on Tuesday, hold off on buying anything for a while, because come this weekend, there's going to be a full week of big sales, and yeah, trust me, it's going to be very cool. If I recommend anything at all, I'm going to recommend the Vimto Clearway, because that's awesome, and I'm going to recommend the baked cookies, any flavour you like really, because they're very soft, and peanut butter wafers. Anyone that's ever bought them on my recommendation has always messaged me before saying that they completely agreed they were awesome. Trust me, give it a go. There's also an advent calendar that they're doing that contains full-size samples of products, so that over Christmas you can try a whole bunch of things and decide upon which ones you actually like and don't like without having to commit to full boxes of things. So yeah, that's code Cayle on anything from MyProtein, and send me screenshots of your orders on Instagram because they give me a voucher to send out to somebody every month that does. The winner for October will be picked in the coming week, for example. And once again, if you are interested in turning social media into some sort of full-time job on your behalf, keep an eye out for the community that I'm about to create. I'll be pimping it pretty much everywhere because it's going to be a whole big thing. It's been consuming every waking moment of my life for a while now, to the point where I've had to neglect a lot of the other things that I enjoy in life. I've not gamed much. I've not made loads of videos for this account in a while. Typically my videos on this account are scheduled way in advance. I haven't got anything scheduled right now, and that's why there's only been one video for today. It's been a rough one. So I will see you guys later.